Hello, and welcome to another episode of Ask an Assistant, the podcast for executive assistants like you and me and the people that love us. I'm your host, Jess Lindgren. Let's get to work. Today's question comes from esteemed colleague Grant, who asks, "Hi, Jess. I work at a boutique accounting firm providing accounting and bookkeeping services to medium-sized businesses. We recently signed up for a new firm management software, and we are having a really hard time getting buy-in from our clients. People are still emailing, calling, basically doing everything but use the new portal. Do you have any tips to get buy-in?" Grant, I love this question. I know I say that a lot, but I really do. Accountants and bookkeepers, you have been on my naughty list for years. You all use these wackadoo platforms. Like, I actually had to look through a list of all the ones I've used over the years. Thankfully, Google Drive and Dropbox are pretty familiar, as is Box. All three of those are secure-ish document transmission and storage. There's a conversation to be had later about security. Also, I had to look up what firm management software meant. I didn't know there was actually a term for that, but I guess it's kind of in the vein of like a CMS and LMS. You get it. There's management systems for just about anything these days. But anyway, back to the different platforms I've used. Again, Google Drive, Dropbox, Box, all three of those are familiar enough, and I use them in lots of other capacities during any given day. But the ones that I have used specifically with accountants that drive me up the wall are Secure File Pro, Smart Vault, and Count, Quount. I think that's supposed to be count. I always want to say quount, but that doesn't make any sense, and there's no U at the beginning. So we're just going to say count. Secure File Pro, Smart Vault, and Count. And I don't have a problem with the functionality. The functionality is great. I love that accountants can white label it, so then it's like accountingfirm.securefilepro.com or whatever. Like, you get a little white label. It should, in theory, be easy for your clients to remember. But if you're anything like me, I talk with my accountant like not very often. When I'm actively running a business, during the heyday of my business back in the late 20-teens, I did speak with my accountant quite a bit. However, that was when I was using Secure File Pro, and it wasn't even like the full name of my accountant. So it was like an acronym of their business name, because the business name was quite long. So it was like acronym.securefilepro.com. And yes, I had a bookmark so that I could get to the portal, but it was always something that, they would say, "Oh, we can't talk about that here in email. Hey, I know we just talked about this on the phone, but if you could just upload that document to the portal, if you could see the message I left you in the portal, blah, blah, blah." It was an uphill battle to get even me. I love systems and processes. I love following rules. And it's an uphill battle with some of these secure, what did we call this? Firm management software platforms. So something that I really would like to recommend to you, Grant, as you are navigating the peaks and valleys of introducing new software to your clients. This is something that is definitely going to be easier for any new clients. I would really like to recommend that you designate someone, you designate someone or a team within your organization to personally onboard every client. You can send out email notifications, hey, set up this new account, blast a newsletter or whatever to your heart's content. That's really not going to get it across to your clients just how important it is to buy in on this portal. Take the time. I know it's a big time investment, but these are people that you either have a long-standing working relationship with, or someone that you would like to continue to have a long-standing working relationship with, because existing clients are infinitely better for your business than trying to get new business. So take the time, make the investment to personally onboard every client. Figure out who the person or team is at your client's base and set up a time, 15, 20, 30, 45, 60 minutes, whatever it is that the client needs. If you want to offer them 20, book 30 on your calendar, because the 20 minutes, someone will be late or someone will need their Zoom to completely reinstall and update itself by the time you hop on the call. You're going to have a 22-minute call, and then you're going to be 2 minutes late for your next appointment. Like, just build that buffer in for yourself or your team. But take the time to onboard. Like, if you have folks who just get it and they jump in full steam ahead, head first into the deep end, great. Something I really like to recommend here is the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. 80% of your people will dive in head first. They'll get it. But it's that 20%, myself included. I will be the first person to admit that this is hard for me to do with these portals for whatever reason. I have portal blindness. It just does not compute for me to use these portals for whatever reason. So take the time to personally, and I'm talking white glove service. I'm talking answer every question that they have, no matter how many times you've answered that question already today. Treat it like a press junket where you are, I don't know, Angelina Jolie, and you're just at your end of your day and you've answered the same question 15 times today. Oh my gosh, what a wonderful question. I would love to answer it for you. Like, you have to put your nicest, friendliest, happiest to be here person on this task. Great customer service for everybody. It's a big time investment, but it's going to serve you dividends tenfold, 100-fold in the long run. Be really careful with the decision-making process. I mean, you've already committed to a platform, so I would really like to recommend that you stick with that platform for the foreseeable future. Like, it is so easy to chase the shiny, is what I like to call it. When you sign up for Smart Vault and then Secure File Pro comes out and you're just like, ooh, Secure File Pro can make I can do custom colors inside of Secure File Pro, but I can't do that in Smart Vault. Who cares? You are never going to find a platform that is 100% of what you want. I think, especially in today's day and age, 2024, I mean, a lot of platforms, there's so much similarity across platform that just pick one, stick with it. The decision-making fatigue and the learning fatigue that you're going to put your clients through just by changing it once is already a lot. So do yourselves a favor, like, advocate with whoever it is that made the decision to do the new software in the first place. Stick with it for like years. I'm talking like a 3 to 5 year commitment. Like, just stick with it. And if you happen to be listening and you are not Grant and you are in the process of perhaps evaluating some software, some firm management software, I literally have this on a Post-it note because I've never heard this FMS before. But if you are in the process of evaluating some firm management software or an LMS or a CMS, LMS is learning management system, CMS is customer or client management system. I've seen it said both ways. Whatever software it is that you are intending to use with external parties, take the time, take the demos, get somebody on the team to actually go through, punch holes in it, ask the questions of their team before you commit. Like, this needs to be a long-term commitment. Again, no platform is 100% perfect, but just taking the time to stick with it is so worth it. Like, I worked at a company once. It is the same company that was the offender with the cell phone mishap from Ask an Assistant episode 9. They had us changing WebEx. I think WebEx, is that what we call it? They had us changing video call software literally every 4 to 6 months. Like, I think we started on GoToMeeting, we switched to Zoom, we switched to 5 other things that I think aren't even in business anymore. But like, every 4 to 6 months, we had to set up new accounts somewhere. And the learning curve is so frustrating. And then you have outdated information hanging out somewhere, and oh my gosh. And then to top it all off, we ended up back using GoToMeeting anyway. Like, the very place that we started, 6 platforms later, we just ended up going back to GoToMeeting. It was such a colossal waste of everybody's time. My God. Anyway, video software is neither here nor there, but your firm management software is here. So those of you out there, not Grant, you're in the information gathering stage, take the demo calls, play around in the free account, take the time to make sure that it's something that you really like. Maybe even take the time to see if you can get 1 or 2 clients who would be willing to be your test subjects. Like, hey, do you have somebody at your firm who we're thinking about switching over to this. Do you have experience with it? Do you like it? Is it something where we could incentivize you with 1 month of free bookkeeping or something, just really get actual client buy-in before you make that decision. But just stick with it. It's so good for your internal team to not be taking a ton of demos. It's good for your internal team to not be learning the platform right along with all of your clients all the time. Just 3 to 5 year minimum would honestly be my recommendation, especially for something like an accountant, bookkeeper, CPA, whatever your financial profession is. Pick that software and stick with it. My goodness. All of this is going to be so much easier for your new clients, because when you have somebody new sign on, then you just say, great, here's our training person, and they are going to walk you through A to Z, soup to nuts. They're going to take you from starting an account to this is how you read the messages that we send you. This is how you send one in return, blah, blah, blah. Literally, you're just going to take them through. And then to them, it's nothing new. There's no resistance. There's no place for them to give you any friction, because this is just how things are done. So it's all of your existing clients that are going to need that little bit of extra hand-holding, that little bit of extra white glove service. But I promise you, every minute of extra time that you pour into your clients during this transition is going to be absolutely worth it. I cannot stress enough just how worth it this time will be. So, and before we go, put a link to the portal in your email signature, above your name, below your name. If you have a little company template for your email signature, make sure it's in there and that it's linked. Put it in plain text, put it in HTML, however you need to get it into your email so that it goes out with literally every email communication. Then a client can't say, oh my God, I would have done it through the portal, but I can't remember the name of the portal and it's just so hard to find. No, put it somewhere that it's just everywhere. And when you're doing that white glove service with your clients, with your existing clients, the ones like me who are the problem children, tell them, hey, Jess, sit down, put a bookmark into your Chrome browser, put a bookmark into your Safari browser, put a bookmark into your Firefox browser. Any browser that you have that you touch on your computer, put a bookmark in there and say accounting firm portal. Just have it handy and teach your clients how to be within your firm management software ecosystem. Truly, it will save everyone so much time, so many headaches, so much hassle. Don't let people be the problem children like me. Just don't do it. Hold our hands. Tell us that you're here for us. Encourage us. Don't get mad at us when we forget to put something through the portal, but definitely gently redirect us. Hey, Jess, thanks so much for the email today. I would really love it if you could put it in the portal. Hey, Jess, we sent you a message a week ago in the portal. And when I say in the portal, I mean you are putting a link to where I can log into the portal. Just make it easy for us. Grit your teeth. You're just going to have to roll with us, but with a little bit of encouragement, with a little bit of white glove training, a little bit of hand holding, I promise even I can stop being a thorn in your side. So Grant, that leaves us where we are. I really hope that that's helpful. Take the time, onboard your new clients. They're going to get it. It's going to be second nature. For all of your existing clients, just take time and say, hey, I know we're going through a big transition right now. I know that this is a new system. You've been with us for X number of years. We've really appreciated all of your business. We want to continue working with you into the future. And here's how. Here's how we're going to do that. And just a little bit of guidance, a little bit of patience, maybe even just a cute little thank you card in the mail, something to just say, hey, we know that this has been a big ask. It's been a big transition for us too. We appreciate you, the client, Jess, my problem child, bearing with us, the accounting firm, as we sign up for our new portal. And we just want to say thank you and know that it is recognized and appreciated. So Grant, actually wrapping things up now. I really hope that helps. And I thank you so much for reaching out and taking the time to ask a question. For anybody else out listening there, I would love to hear from you. askanassistant.com. The phone lines are open. I mean, not technical, literal, actual phone lines, but you know what I mean. Askanassistant.com. No question too big or too small, no problem too tangled to solve it. The only stupid question is the one that you don't ask. So until next week, take care.